Shoot! Why is everybody talking about the river Euphrates all of a sudden? Not like it popped up only yesterday. Hey there, you wondering why everyone is talking about it suddenly? Like it's something new? And why are the Christians freaking out? Well, you have reached the right place. Before we start with anything, watch this clip. Well, too bad. But that was totally fake. This particular video, driving everyone on the internet crazy, is just really well morphed audio to a slightly relevant video. Damn, how I wish I could prove it. But never mind, as the problem isn't this yet. Welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. The River Euphrates is the longest and one of the most historically important rivers of Western Asia, having been mentioned all over the Bible and the Quran as the main river crossing the Eden Gardens, where mankind is known to have started around 2,000 years ago, whose current geographical location is in present Iraq. So why is it that everyone is talking about it now? Is it because it's drying up? Well, many other water bodies are drying out due to weather changes, human habitation, human civilization, etc. Is it common? We are humans and we cause problems? But since it's now mentioned in the Bible, it's a big thing? Well, in this situation, yeah. You wouldn't believe me, but drying of the river Euphrates means much more than a dry water body. Confused much? Don't worry, we'll get it all sorted. Glue your eyes to the screen and stick on till the end. Euphrates, with a length of 1,740 miles, is the longest river in Western Asia. Its source is eastern Turkey, which flows to the Persian Gulf, passing through Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. The Euphrates served then as the boundary to the Garden of Eden. The Euphrates River was also the boundary that was given to Abraham when he was proportioned an amount of land by the Lord. And the Euphrates River is the area where Nimrod founded the religion of Babylon, where the Tower of Babel was built, as an insult against the highest God. So remember this. The river is located in an area where many of the key events of the Bible have taken place. Apart from this, many civilizations have thrived along the Euphrates banks, notably in ancient times. The Mesopotamian Empire was one of its most prominent civilizations. Ancient Mesopotamia occurred the area between the Tigris and Euphrates River, which is known as the Fertile Crescent. The region of the world is now located in Iraq. So, why has this once so fertile land become barren? God's work? Or human greed? Fertile Crescent. To know that, we must know more about the few political decisions involved with the Euphrates. Don't worry, I'll try to make it as less boring as possible. I could skip it, but to find out the reason behind this, these are the essential facts. So, listen hard. The Euphrates obtains most of its water from rainfall and melting snow, resulting in peak flows from April to May. You've probably heard of Babylon. This part of the river was once a showcase of water management in Babylon. Babylon was the capital of the Great Babylonian Empire. The city's ruins, founded more than 4,000 years ago as a tiny harbor on the Euphrates River, are located in modern-day Iraq. Under Hammurabi's rule, Babylon grew into one of the most powerful cities in the ancient world. Following World War I, the borders in Southwest Asia was redrawn at the Treaty of Lausanne, 1923, when the Ottoman Empire was partitioned. The treaty required the Euphrates 3 riparian governments, at the time Turkey, France for its Syrian mandate, and the United Kingdom for its Iraq mandate, to negotiate a multiple agreement on the use of its water and the construction of the hydraulic infrastructure. An agreement reached in 1946 between Turkey and Iraq required Turkey to report to Iraq for any hydraulic changes made to the Tigris-Euphrates river system and permitted Iraq to build dams on Turkish territory to govern the flow of the Euphrates. With the implementations of the Southeastern Anatolia Project, or GAP. In the 1970s, Turkey embarked on an ambitious plan to harness the waters of the Tigris and the Euphrates for irrigation and hydroelectricity production, as well as to offer economic stimulus to the country's southeastern districts. Turkey and Syria finished their first dams on the Euphrates, the Kaban Dam and the Tabqa Dam, within a year of each other, and reservoir filling began in 1975. At the same time, the area experienced severe drought and river flow toward Iraq decreased from 15.3 cubic kilometers in 1973 to 9.4 cubic kilometers in 1975. This sparked an international crisis, with Iraq threatening to bomb the Tabqa Dam, after which Saudi Arabia and the Soviet Union intervened. Syria and Iraq eventually negotiated an accord. The development of dams and irrigation schemes on the Euphrates River tremendously impacted each riparian country's ecology and society. Since then, dams built as part of GAP in both the Euphrates and Tigris basins have impacted 382 villages, and about 200,000 people have been relocated elsewhere. However, in recent years, water levels in the Euphrates River have dropped to dangerously low levels. The flow rate from Turkey into Syrian territory is less than 200 cubic meters per second, which is less than half of the amount agreed upon by the two nations in 1987. Recent photographs of the Euphrates River bank show that a substantial portion of the river has dried up. These places, which were formerly vital to the region's survival, have now devolved into desert islands. Images obtained by the Rojava Dam, Syria's second-largest dam on the Euphrates River, reveal that the river's waters have substantially fallen. The Turkish state exploited the Euphrates as a weapon against the Syrians for years, effectively cuts off the water flow into Iraq and Syria. Turkey is supposed to deliver 500 cubic meters of water per second to Syria, according to the agreement struck in 1987 between the administrations of Damascus and Ankara. However, the invading state is not abiding by the agreement, now delivering barely 200 cubic meters of water per second. The negative consequences of diminishing waters are clearly seen on the land. Water levels in Syria's dam lakes have plummeted due to the water cuts, while electrical output and supply to the region have reduced. Furthermore, the amount of agricultural land on the Euphrates banks is shrinking. Most critically, access to safe drinking water has grown increasingly problematic. This scenario is producing serious health issues, and the dropping water levels have concerned geological scientists, leaving them perplexed and anxious about what is creating the frightening crisis. The UN has also warned that the Mediterranean will face increasingly severe heat waves. According to the Global Climate Danger Index, Syria is one of the nations most at risk. So, why all this? Is God punishing us? Well, what could such old text say about current day's problems, right? But that's where I was wrong. To continue this video, I'll have to share what's written in the Bible and Euphrates drying up. The Euphrates River is mentioned in the book of Revelations in chapter 16. The chapter states, "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river, the Euphrates, and its water was dried up, so that the way would be prepared for the kings from the east." According to the scripture, the sixth angel poured his bowl on the Euphrates River. The bowl's contents caused the river to dry up, and the dams built being referred to here as bowls. It should be, as they both hold water and are used to save water during droughts. And just when I thought I solved the mystery, I read in Revelations 9:14, "It is said to the sixth angel who had the trumpet, 'Release 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates.'" What exactly does this mean? This voice instructs the sixth angel with the trumpet to release the 4 angels in prison at the Euphrates River, the ancient border between Assyria and Israel. This doesn't ring a bell about any other angels we know, right? Well, because they were demons as fallen angels who are often bound in chains of gloomy darkness in the Euphrates Valley. The first murder was presumably committed near the Garden of Eden in the Euphrates region. So, is this the end of time? Or are there demons rising from below the earth? And will the USA save us from them? Or is it just in their movies? We will leave that for you to answer. But answering the question we raised, this is why all the Christians are going crazy about the River Euphrates, as they fear the end is near. I want to conclude by assuring you no signs of demons or angels have been found under the Euphrates so far, and all the clippings of weird sounds are truly, absolutely fake. But the most compelling theory about the river is with biblical prophecy over hypotheses connect current events along the Euphrates to political ambitions and climate change. What do you believe is going on? Let us know in the comments below. If you still haven't subscribed, please do yourself a favor and click on that bright red subscribe button. We would love your views on the next video. See ya!